Is Nigeria becoming a one-party state with this gale of defections? Is Nigeria?
No. There are still other parties. I have my own party. I'm a member of the PRP, People's Redemption Party, and it's quite active on the ground. But we don't have. Oh yeah, we don't have trillions and trillions of naira, so you don't see us.
It's not even been mentioned amongst the top 10 or top 15.
No, but it's early days.
I thought it was deregistered.
No, it's
okay. No, it contested last presidential elections.
Yes.
Kola Abiola,
yes.
Exactly.
And then that's one of the funny things about this country that people don't understand.
Imagine.
This is the oldest party in this country.
Oh wow!
This is over 70 years.
Wow. The same PRP of
yes,
Aminu Kano. Wow.
Yes, and Rimi and Malala Musa.
Wow.
You know, the only ideologically based party.
Wow.
And the only party for the poor.
Interesting.
And last election, our candidate won genuinely and openly the platform, the ticket. He defeated Northerners.
Wow. Oh really? The primaries?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. He contested against Northerners, and Northerners gave the same way Northerners gave his father the
general
ticket.
elections.
Yes, the general elections in 1993. So Kola was our candidate.
I know.
What the point I'm making is that I think that there are a lot of parties given the chance. ADC has a good chance of giving the APC a real challenge, and they have to do a lot of strategic thinking. They have to watch out for some fault lines that are emerging. There have to be a lot of mature, responsible thinking. They have to think outside the box. And some major decisions need to be taken.
Sorry to butt in. Now you are on this, so let me just, tackle you on this. I've seen you a couple of times on different platforms where you had said if ADC conducts their primaries and a certain candidate, I don't want to mention him, wins, that the party will disintegrate. Now, the question that arises from that, because it sounds like I've seen government officials saying more or less the same thing, Festus Keyamo and a few others, So it will seem like it's a choreographed thing, that maybe you have been asked to work for them, to solve all of this.
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay. No, I have to be diplomatic about it, Doctor.
No, you don't need to. You're my friend.
So why are you canvassing for a certain candidate?
I'm not canvassing at all.
Okay.
I'm not. And this is the only thing about all these comments that hurts me. Is when people say, now we know. This man left Tinubu's government to come and work for Tinubu.
Through the back door.
It's nothing to do with that at all. It's nothing to do with that. Actually, my thinking, which I am beginning to see being increasingly popular, is the best advice you can give the ADC. I've made the point that ADC can win an election against APC if it's some of the key players in ADC undertake to do some rigorous self-search. The party itself has the courage to actually look at everybody and say, this is where we're strong, this is where we're weak, this is what we need to do to solve our problems. And one of them obviously involves the positions of people like the Wazir of Adamawa, Peter Obi. Now Kwankwaso is showing some presence there. And my position is simple. Tinubu will be tough to defeat because he's got all the money in the world. He's got all these politicians who also have money in the world. And they're now, as we can see, they're now resisting amendments to the Electoral Act that will tilt the process a little bit towards fairness. And if parties insist on playing a more challenged game in the same way that they did in the past, it won't work. And it's very important for this country that we have an opposition that will give the current administration a run for its money. If this government comes back through fair and fair election, fine, we'll live with it. But there must be free and fair election. And it must win that election beyond all doubt, any doubt. And if a political party has can prepare well enough and tap into this content and this huge number of politicians who are also outside the ADC. They are in PDP still unsure of whether to stay until the ceiling collapses on them. In other parties, and like I said, we are in an alliance with about 8 or 9 parties. We're talking about having a good chance. We can give Nigerians a chance to revisit and renew this country. So when people say things like, oh, this man is against President Atiku, I'm not a president, and I'm not campaigning for Tinubu. In fact, I have said in so many places, the reason I left was because I was disappointed. I actually thought President Tinubu will turn this country, honestly. And I walked out when I realized that I was wrong. I never regretted going, and I'm glad I came. Now, what I do is I look around and I see what needs to be done, and I say it. Now, a lot of politicians don't like it when you say, "Sir, don't run," or do something else. What I offered as an advice was actually a very flattering option for great politicians like the Waziri of Adamawa. So you can be a statesman. Yeah. For me, that's bigger than being a president. You can actually decide the future of this country by just simply saying, I will not run, but I have people that I can influence in very positive ways, a lot of them, and I can be the inspiration for politicians to put the country first. And also to do those things that are necessary so that we can win this election. The best thing that is happening to APC is actually the fact that there are people in the ADC who have already predetermined places in that party. And if they don't think outside the box, they will just simply play into the hands of APC. We may as well just simply prepare for another version, another 4 years for the APC. On the other hand, if APC insists that it has to come back, then it has to do a huge amount of work. There is no way you can go to February 2027 with this level of insecurity. The level of poverty in parts of the north is unbelievable. Children, the malnourishment levels, children who you see a child and you will not believe that they're human. You think they're just a piece of cloth that the mother has to do. In many, many areas. In my zone, in the northwest, quite possibly we have 2 or 3 million refugees. Wow. Just roaming around, literally roaming around. We don't have a single IDP. Nowhere to settle these people. Nowhere. Nobody to do that. And yet you hear that they send all these billions and billions and billions of naira to governors and to local governments. What are they doing with this money? So, in a free and fair election, what would APC say, for instance, to the northern part of the country? What would they say to northern votes? And my zone has more votes than any other zone. So, I'm used to politicians or their supporters, particularly on social media, saying, this guy, if he says that President Atiku shouldn't run, it means he's campaigning for Tinubu. I think President Atiku understands, Vice President Atiku understands my position. And I've sat on one-on-one with him, and I've said to him, you've known me since 1998. I'm not the type who will say nice things to you because I believe I should be in your good books. I'm already in your good books. If you don't think I'm in that, that's sad because I respect you. Yeah. But there's a lot of thinking to be done. I hope that politicians in APC, in ADC, PDP recognize the fact that 2027 is going to be a major test of whether our democracy survives or not.
You touched on former Governor Musa Rabiu Kwankwansiya. Incidentally, like I said, for me the biggest shock of the governors defecting was Abba Yusuf, because I thought that movement will keep that state, will keep, But you said he also is, casting glances at the ADC. That's Musa Kwankwansiya.
So you know what I'm talking about.
So, but is that real? Is it, just yes or no? Is it real?
I think so. I don't have anybody close to him. I don't talk with him. So I'm only guessing like everybody else. I think that there is almost near certainty that in one way or the other he will have some relationship with the ADC, and that will make him a big factor in ADC. I think what is important for ADC, they have a real good chance. With this business of saying we have candidates there and it must be them. Or there are candidates who says it must be me. Or there are candidates who says no. The best way is to just submit ourselves to everybody. And whoever wins, with the rest of us will follow. I can tell you, I've met with a huge number of people. People get angry with me when I say, if Vice President Atiku gets the ticket, a huge number of people would walk out of the APC. Because they're only there for the ticket. There's no ideology that is keeping them there. There is no interest beyond the ticket that is keeping them there. They're only there because they want their candidate to become the candidate for the party. And if he's not there, they say, well, what is there to hang around for?
But this counter argument is that if we put the country first above personal ambition, everyone has subscribed to going into this race. And as good sportsmen, we went into a contest. I won, you lost. So we rally around everybody. And then let's take out these other guys so that we can offer, a different trajectory and save this country.
That's exactly.
Is that not a more reasonable counter argument?
Absolutely, I agree with you entirely. But the problem is that our politicians tend to put their ego and their personal first.
Sorry, sir, because if we play the other way, like saying, oh, so since we didn't get it, then we're playing spoiler, we're going to have a repeat of 2023. We're going to balkanize our power because, this person will get, this person will get, and then we're back to square one.
Yes, I agree with you entirely. And like I said, I speak with a lot of people, a lot, from all parts of the country. And I warn them against this. In politics, you must be willing to negotiate. You can't have everything. And when you don't have everything, have something.
Absolutely.
The Southeast needs to be reintegrated into Nigeria.
Yeah.
Not as a favor. I'm not trying to be patronizing.
No.
But because that's a key part of this country. And we're losing a lot. The whole country is losing a lot by shutting out all part of this country and basically saying, let them do what they want to do with each other, with themselves. That is really, really dangerous. And one way in which we can reintegrate, where the North-South can be reintegrated into this country, is through the political process. Now, when you say, I want that and only that, if I can't have that, I will stay out. You could end up being permanently out.
Absolutely.
Because the same way you want it, somebody else will want it. So there are, I think, I don't want to disclose some of the engagements we are, but I found a lot of reasonable people who are saying, fine, we understand. We have to play the game, play it with intelligence, show a lot of tolerance for other parties, but unless we actually pull energies together, we'll just simply allow what exists to continue. So whether it works at this stage or not, I don't know. But of all the platforms that has promise, I think the two are the ADC and our alliance of the smaller parties.
Now this alliance comprises of the PRP and SD?
And 7 other parties.
Okay.
7. So there are 8 of us. And we are talking. And what we're trying to do is to provide Nigerians, you are laughing now. Everybody laughs. And